Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our regular BOCC meeting for September 28th. Like I said, again, welcome to those in the room, those that may be watching online or viewing this as a recording after the fact. I think this is one of my two favorite meetings of the year. Actually, this is the favorite one where we get to see 4-H. The next one is really just the last meeting of the year. We've got a pretty light schedule today, but before we begin, I'd like to invite Pastor Farthing up for invocation and to lead us in the pledge.
Let's pray. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the meeting this morning. We ask you to guide our hearts, our thoughts. Father, we thank you for the privilege of serving this community, to addressing its needs and helping to improve the lives of the people that call this county home. Lord, we ask for peace. We ask for sound reason. And we ask for your blessing again. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. All righty, it's 9:02. Amanda, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Richardson?
Here.
Commissioner Thayer? Here. Commissioner Pettit?
Present.
All righty, our first order of business is to approve the agenda. I'm not aware of any changes, so I'd accept a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda as presented. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Our first business is just to approve the items on consent. I'd accept a motion.
I'll make a motion we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the items on consent. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Elected officials, department head, staff reports. Sherry, did you have anything for us today? No? Okay. So we have two departments presenting today. First is facilities, an update on the Public Works shop.
Morning, Commissioners. Bobby Chevrolet, Elbert County Facilities. Just an update on where we're at with the Public Workshop. So you all have that in front of you. We have not made any payments since the last time, so the money is still the same. Where we're at today is we've got all the subgrade done. The pad is ready to go. So we've passed all our compaction tests. One thing we're waiting on is building permit, and so we've got some stuff we've got to change and make it so those folks how they want it. So we're working through that. We're pretty close. We should have that in the next week or two. And then in about 2 weeks, we're going to be installing all of our culverts at the end of October. And then 2 weeks, we're going to start digging foundations and utilities. We are working with Core Electric. We've got some legal verbiage we need to get through. So we've sent our revisions. We're waiting for Core to respond. And so as soon as I have that, we will get that to Bart, our legal team, and we'll get through that. We've also sent the IGA off to the Kiowa Water Authority. So we're waiting for their input or concerns, anything that questions they have with the IGA. As soon as we get that, we'll get it signed and we'll be good there for our water and sewer. I already mentioned with Core where we're at with that. The other thing we are waiting on is Kiowa Fire to review our plans and approve that. I've got some calls into them. I have not heard back, so it's kind of the hurry up and wait game with some of this at the moment. But work is being done. The building department has said if our permits, the building permit, if we're not there yet, they would. We do have enough information to do a foundations permit and utilities permit. So we can keep moving forward as we work through some of the paperwork side of things.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Yeah, and my understanding just with CORE, it was, they wanted us to do locates on easements on other people's property.
Yes. So CORE sent a form for us to sign saying that we would be responsible for compaction, all of the utility locates, those types of things on other people's property that we have easements on. Or the way their system works is we go get all the easements, they do nothing.
But it's their easement and somebody else's.
Yes,
Yeah, so.
and so there's no reason for us to take that liability on them, in my mind and in Bart's mind. We just can't do it. So that's what we're working through.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I guess not on that topic, but since we've got 4-H in here today, just wanted to again thank you and your team for all the work you do on the fairgrounds to make that right for fair and keep it right throughout. So thanks.
Well, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bart, do you have anything on any of that core stuff? Okay.
No, I think that's accurate. We've got comments and drafts out to just about every one we should have them out to at this point. We'll see what we receive back as far as questions or follow-up, and we'll deal with it at that point.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All righty. Next item we had is actually a proclamation recognizing National Annual 4-H Week. So,
good morning, Commissioners. Lori Denson with the CSU Extension Office for Elbert County. And we appreciate the opportunity to address the board today and your support with the proclamation. Extension celebrates 4-H programming with a little over 500 enrolled amazing 4-H members, their families, 4-H volunteers, and our dedicated 4-H extension professionals. In 4-H, we empower youth with the skills to lead for a lifetime. The 4-H members throughout Elbert County community are skilled in a variety of areas, not just the market animals that kind of get the notoriety in the local papers. Our kids are also very talented and skilled in several general 4-H exhibits and specialty contests. And each year we have many grand champions at a state level that head on to national competition. We have Cloverbud Camp for our 5 to 7-year-olds here in Elbert County. That's a huge hit, all the way up to our Citizen Washington Focus delegates for our senior members that go. So we have a lot of programming and a lot of project areas that really empower these kids with the skills to lead for a lifetime. So we're very happy today to have some of our amazing 4-H members here with us. We have Hannah and Eli Thomas from Sun Country 4-H Club, Matea Zion from Running Creek 4-H Club, and Taylor Hudson from Kiowa Community 4-H Club. So if you would indulge us, we would love to have them come and address the board and introduce themselves to you.
Well, good morning, Commissioners and those in attendance with us today. I'm honored to be here to get to talk to you a little bit about the impact that 4-H has had on my life. My name is Hannah Thomas, and I'm currently the Youth Council President, and I've been my club president this past year as well, and I will be this upcoming year. I've been in 4-H since I was 8 years old, and I'm 16 now, so I'll let you do the math, but for quite a long time, and it's been a really impactful program in my life for sure. Just like Lori was saying, especially Elbert County has an amazing reputation throughout the state for being a phenomenal 4-H program, but I've also yet to meet a county that is not a phenomenal 4-H program. The 4-H program helps us to develop leadership skills. It helps us to develop public speaking, even down to e-records. It helps us to develop, the skills that it takes to keep track of things throughout the year. And in 4-H, I participate in the horse project, the shooting sports project, and the dog project. And I've also participated in leatherworking and the cat project once upon a time, which was a lot of fun for me. But I've competed at the state level in many of these projects, and I've had so much fun doing it. Again, like I was saying, we oftentimes, when we go to state levels in Elbert County 4-H, we have a really, really good reputation. And people come up to us and say, wow, Elbert County, you guys are always good. Like Lori was saying, we have many grand champions in many of our projects, and we just have a good reputation. So 4-H is valuable because it teaches kids leadership skills, it teaches us public speaking skills and confidence, and it just in general teaches us life skills. It teaches us how to be prepared for job interviews, how to meet people and hold conversations, and how to do things like this, to address a crowd in a room of people that I haven't met before. So 4-H is most certainly valuable, especially in this county, but across the state. I'd like to extend a big thank you to our volunteers throughout the 4-H program at CSU, at a state level, but also at a county level. We've been blessed with really amazing extension agents, and we couldn't be more thankful. So thank you for having me here today to talk to you just a little bit and impress upon you the fact that 4-H is really valuable, especially in Elbert County, but across the state.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eli Thomas, and I've been in 4-H for 5 years. This is my second year showing in 4-H. This year, I exhibited my market turkey and exhibited show chickens. I rode my horse Smokey through 4-H events.
Oh, you're good. Just take...
4-H teaches me about agriculture and the responsibility of taking care of my animals. 4-H teaches me how to be a leader and a resource in my community. Thank you to the Board of County Commissioners, the CSU Extension, and the 4-H leaders and volunteers who make 4-H possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's a...
Hi guys, I'm Matea Zion, and I would like to start off by thanking you for giving us the opportunity to speak about the 4-H program. I'm a member of Renan Creek 4-H Club. Currently, I'm serving as the treasurer. I've also served as president, and I'm incoming president of the Elbert County Youth Council, last year's former vice president. In my 7 years of 4-H, I've been given the opportunities of attending youth camps, leadership conferences, and competitions. Last year, I competed in the state fashion show and placed top 15. And I also was reserve grand champion for impromptu speaking at the state level as well. Our amazing agents, Callie Benson and Willie Wilkins, along with Lori and Trina, have given up so much of themselves to help us kids grow and learn. Volunteers, leaders, extension, and fair board work tirelessly to give the youth of this county experiences through fair and programs. This could not be done without the support of this board. 4-H has taught me responsibility for myself and my actions, public speaking, financial knowledge, and growth. I enjoy being a role model and leader for our younger exhibitors, just as I had when I was younger. It is through 4-H and FFA I've discovered my love for agriculture and plan a career in ag law. 4-H and the caring adults in this program allow the youth to learn and grow. But by these great examples, we give back to our community through our heads, hearts, and hands. Thank you again for the opportunity and the support from the Board of Elbert County Commissioners.
Hello, my name is Taylor Hudson, and I'm part of the Kiowa Community 4-H Club. I've been vice president for that 4-H club for a few years. I've also had many different offices within our 4-H club, along with at the county level. This past year I ran for Colorado State 4-H president. However, I did not succeed, but oh well. What's winning without competing? Anyways, I would just like to say that 4-H has helped me develop a lot of my skills that I use every day, from my mechanical skills to thinking through like engineering type stuff. I plan on going into environmental engineering, starting school this January. That's when going to do some of my pre-grad creds. 4-H has also given me the opportunity to go through all the 4-H camps. I've been to almost every single one of them, starting with Cloverbud Camp, moving up through camps for the different ages, and just this past June, I went to Citizen Washington Focus on that trip, and that was an amazing experience for me. I got to learn so much about our government and see a bunch of the cool landmarks that everybody likes to go to and see in DC. I've competed in many projects, from horse to shooting sports, poultry, steer, creative cooks, canning one year. That was a fun project. Those have taught me just basic everyday skills that will help me in my future when I graduate from 4-H. I've been a 4-H member for 13 years, and over those years, I've done a lot of things. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who has helped our 4-H program succeed. Thank you.
Thank you. And really thank you to all of you. I mean, it's always kind of incredible to hear from our youth. There's adults that stand at that podium that get really tongue-tied as well, and certainly at your age, I wouldn't have stood up there and spoken in public. So, yeah, thank you for what you do, and you know, wise beyond your years. And not doing public math, that is awesome. That is one life lesson there. So, and then I think they were mentioned along the way, but also the kids are incredible, our staff is incredible, but the parents that support the program, I know when my daughter started, I didn't realize the projects we were picking up, and how rapidly that changed to her taking charge of and responsibility. So just a tremendous program. But we do have a proclamation prepared, and I think the ink is dried on the signatures while you were talking. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. But it's a proclamation in recognition of the annual National 4-H Week, October 2nd through 8th of 2022. And it reads, whereas 4-H is America's largest youth development organization, having supported almost 6 million youth across the country thus far, and whereas 4-H has helped 511 youth in Elbert County, Colorado become confident, independent, resilient, and compassionate leaders, and where 4-H is delivered by a cooperative extension, a community of more than 100 public universities across the nation that provides experiences where young people can learn by doing hands-on projects in areas including health, science, agriculture, and citizenship. And whereas National 4-H Week showcases the incredible experiences that 4-H offers young people and highlights the remarkable 4-H youth in Elbert County who work each day to make a positive impact on those around them. And whereas 4-H's network of 600,000 volunteers and 3,500 professionals provides caring and supportive mentoring to all 4-Hers, helping them grow into true leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. And whereas Elbert County and CSU Extension encourage all of our citizens to recognize 4-H for the significant impact it has made and continues to make by empowering youth with the skills they need to lead for a lifetime. Therefore, it is proclaimed by the Elbert County Board of County Commissioners that we do hereby officially recognize and designate October 2nd to the 8th as National 4-H Week in Elbert County, and sincerely thank all Elbert County participants for their contributions. Thank you, and if you guys would like a photo with the proclamation, we'll do that. Pre-COVID. Thank you. All righty, we're moving on to open public comment. I see none in the room, but Amanda, I don't believe we had anybody that wanted to be called or email comment.
No, we did not.
All righty, so with that, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to discussion items. Tony, I guess they're both yours today. One was just a quick update on where we are for the 2023 budget and then where we are on the 21 audit.
Morning, Commissioners. Tony McCormick with Finance with a couple brief updates. Where we are on the 23 budget process, we're moving through. We've got the department numbers in, and we're going through some fine tuning with the departments, both on the labor and the project side. I'm working with our budget software, OpenGov, on getting our reporting done so that everybody can be able to get the reports that they need. And we have our steering committee meeting. We'll have one this week and next week as well to kind of address this as we get closer to the October 15th deadline for the draft. So that's all still moving forward. I don't know if you have any specific questions on that before we address the audit.
Anything on budget at this point? Nope, thank you.
Okay, so the audit, that is still in process. We're coming up on the September 30th deadline. Sorry about that. I'm in contact with our external CPAs and our auditors as we get closer, just to make sure that we're pushing everything to get done on time on the 30th. There have been, as you know, a couple issues of note. We've talked about the payroll approval process, which has been addressed and corrected moving forward. And then the other one is just on some of the timing of getting the information to the auditors, which is due to the extenuating circumstances beyond the county's control. So those are still in process, and again, working daily now with both the external auditors and with our external CPAs to address any issues and keep things moving. And of course, I'll keep the board updated with any new or changed information as we go.
Thank you. And I guess we've got just the kind of check-in call with the auditors tomorrow at 2:30.
Correct. Yep. And that'll be, I mean, there should not be any surprises because I've been in contact with you guys kind of as we go. So it's just a little more formal discussion with the partner in charge of the audit.
Okay. Yeah, and then just kind of tracking through once submitted, we'll work through with Ruben Brown to get the formal report to management sometime.
Correct. Yeah. Once we get through that process, get it issued, then we'll have a presentation, a little more formal, and kind of go through the high points, go through the numbers, go through what we've addressed to correct throughout the process.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? No? Okay. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay. Those were our discussion items for today. So moving on to action, the first item we have is consideration of the September 14th minutes. I'd accept a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the September 14th, 2022 minutes as written and dispense with the reading of those minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve and dispense with the reading of the September 14th minutes. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The next item we have is discussion and action to opt out of the new Colorado Family Program. Our HR manager was ill today, but the letter went out to county employees a week or so ago, and we've discussed this with electeds and directors. The family program was a new program started by the state that impacts all employers and employees of I believe it was over 50, requiring additional payroll deductions from employees and additional matching from the employers, because of the way it was structured and other laws and requirements on place in government, it really doesn't provide any additional coverage or benefits to our employees. It would simply just cost the taxpayers more and our employees more. So haven't run into any local government or quasi-governmental organization that I've been involved with that has opted to stay in the program. Currently the rules are unwritten. There's been previous similar efforts in other states where the initial payments were certainly discovered to be far too low and couldn't sustain the program, and the costs had escalated over time. So to me, it's not something we should risk taxpayer money or our employers' money on something that really doesn't provide anything. As I said, we had sent a letter out to all employees kind of explaining the program and our intent to opt out, and invited any comment back. Have received some email comment. Essentially all the comment coming back was supportive of opting out, and unless there's an employee in the room that wanted to speak on this today, I think our path's pretty clear on this one, but we are required to make the decision before the end of the year, so it seemed appropriate to do it as soon as possible. So is there anything you guys wanted to add? No. Any of our employees that wanted to speak? Okay, seeing none, I would accept a motion to opt out of the Colorado Family Plan or program.
I make a motion we approve the resolution to opt out of the Family Medical Leave Insurance Program.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to opt out of the family program. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Alrighty. The last action item we have today is just a review of some updates to our fee schedule. Greg, and that was plan reviews and permitting fees for oil and gas, I believe. So.
Yeah, there are three different things on the Community Development Services Department fee schedule. One is the public notice signs. We were charging $60 for those. We've increased that to more reflect the costs of signs we had to purchase earlier this year, so that's going up to $75. Oil and gas permit fees are going from $7,500 to $12,500, and we are adjusting the way that we charge for our pre-application meetings. What we've been doing in the past is charging that and then offering that essentially as a credit for their land use application if that were to come forward in the future. What we're proposing is that we charge for that time spent for the pre-application and charge then the full amount for the application that might come in. Just a heck of a lot easier to track from our standpoint, right? Rather than trying to figure out how much we charged that particular application, particularly if they have multiple applications.
If I understand what you said there, all we're doing is making the fees reflect current reality.
I think in large measure, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know Grant and I were here when we were trying to figure out how to best work the application fees for pre-app, and I think at the time we had a lot of people that were coming in, taking substantial pre-app meeting time, and then we'd never see them again. So it was kind of the credit was to kind of encourage them to come back for full application, but as costs have risen across everything, I don't think the credit didn't have the intent it was meant to have, and keeping those as just two separate payments kind of cover the increase in costs. And oil and gas, that was kind of a shot in the dark before we had any activity. I think the previous $7,500 fee, so $1,250 seems more appropriate for covering the work that we have to do on this side. So.
Yes, and after Chris and I got sworn in, we rewrote the oil and gas regulations to reflect the fact that the state basically regulates those things, and we have the drilling fee, which went from $7,500 up to $12,500. But we also included in those regulations when we rewrote them, a 2% fee against all of the capital and construction fees and that type of thing. And if I remember right, we got, for the first well, we got about $200,000 for that. And over the last year, we got a check for over $400,000 for severance fees. And we've got 4 more, and there's a total of 5 wells that have been drilled horizontally up in the northwest part of the county. And we've got 4 additional drilling permits coming to us here in the next couple or 3 weeks. So that'll add another $20,000 to our fee schedule. But also, with these additional wells, that first $400,000 that we got was for one single well. So if you add all of those different pieces together, it's a significant contribution to the available funds to Elbert County.
Thanks. Any other comments or anything? Okay. So that I'd accept a motion to adopt the proposed fee schedule changes.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move that we adopt the fee schedule changes as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the fee schedule changes as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. All righty. So for our next meeting, whether it's our next or the one after that, we'll try to get the auditors in for their more formal report. I think it'll be appropriate at that time. We did establish a employee compensation committee. We'll probably get a report out on where the work is on revamping the compensation plan for the county. Probably good time for a check-in on where we're at with updating our archiving policy. Is there anything else that you... Okay. Alrighty, so that'll get us going for preparing for the next meeting. We have no land use hearings scheduled for this afternoon, so that's all the business we have today. I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. It is 9:33. We are adjourned. Thank you.